Good evening, everyone. My name is Tim Carthon, and this video is going to be about 3 of the most important things that you need when you're trying to start a business. Now, most people are going to talk to you and say that you need certain things, and they're going to use big business terms and technological terms and all for what they think it is that you need business-wise. They're going to give you a ton of information. Well, let me help you by giving you these 3 things. Really, really simple. Tim Carthon's 3 tips to a business startup. Number 1, you need money. Number 2, you need help. Number 3, you need time. Now, you only really need one of those to really be able to get some momentum behind you. But if you have 2 or 3 of them, that's fantastic too. However, let's start with just the money factor. Money allows you to be able to buy the things that you need. It allows you to even be able to buy time and actually get help. Now, when you pay for help, help makes it much easier for you to get more things done in a shorter period of time, and it allows you to be able to reach a much larger group of people without expending an inordinate amount of energy. For example, with the advertisement for companies. Well, when companies spend money on advertisement, guess what? Somebody else is doing the advertisement for them. They pay an advertising firm. The advertising firm then goes and puts their people to work. Well, guess what? They're doing it for you, but you paid them, so you save the time on having to do the advertisement. Money bought you time. The advertising company, money bought you help. Number 2, the actual help. Let's say you don't have money. Let's say you don't have time. Well, when you get the actual help, it can actually save you time and make you money quicker. For example, let's say that I have 100 hours of work that I have to do alone. Just started a business and it's just me. Well, if I have 100 hours worth of work to do and I work 20 hours a day for 5 days, it would take me those 5 days to finish. One person. Now let's say that I had help. Let's say that I had 9 people helping me. Well, if each one of us does 10 hours and we do it concurrently, which means we work simultaneously at the same time, side by side, then guess what? Each one of us works 10 hours. Then we'd finish that entire 100 hours worth of work, which they call man hours. When you work concurrently, it's called man hours. We'd finish that 100 hours worth of work with only 100 man hours with only 10 hours worth of actual time passing, because each one of us would have done 10 hours at the same time. So your help saved you time. So that's the second thing. The third thing is time itself. If you have enough time, then you can do whatever it is that you need to do for which you didn't have the actual money or the help that you needed to be able to make the amount of time it took to do it smaller. For example, let's say that you wanted to build a $100,000 home. Well, if someone gave you 6 months, well, guess what? You'd have to come up with a $100,000 within 2-3 months. And then you have to go through the whole thing of getting the contractors, the materials, the whole nine in order to finish this house in 6 months. Now, what if somebody said, hey, you don't need 6 months. How about we give you 6 years? Now all of a sudden you've gone from having to get $100,000 in 3 months or so to only having to get $16.6 or so thousand dollars a year. Now, of course, you have to get a little bit more because you have to be finished in 6 years. But if you just split the 6 years up, it's like $16.6 thousand dollars a year. So your time allowed you to be able to build up the money and allowed you to be able to do what you needed to do over time because you didn't have the help or the money. So if you have either the money, either the help, or either the time, you'll be okay. If you have two of those, you'll be great. If you have three of those, all three of those, there's nothing in the world that should be able to stop you from being successful. Never forget that.